All right, all right, all right. Hey, what's up, Sparky?
Hey Richie, how's it going?
It's going good, man. I'm back to have the discussion about living forever.
Nice. That's a fascinating topic. What aspect of living forever are you thinking about today?
Well, just recently, first of all, what is your opinion based on everything you know related to health and tech and where it's going? Is that a possibility, maybe even an inevitability, that humans will solve aging as a disease and essentially make it non-existent?
That's an exciting area of research. Advances in technology and medicine are definitely moving us closer to understanding and potentially treating aging. Some scientists believe it might be possible to significantly extend human lifespan, maybe even to the point of reversing some aspects of aging. It's not guaranteed, but there's a lot of optimism in ongoing research. What do you think about it?
I mean, I don't know. So just what I think is only what I've heard smarter people say, people who research this and know about it. Peter Diamandis is one of them. I also am a big fan of Ray Kurzweil and Kurzweil, and both of them have the idea and belief that in the next, I believe Peter said in the next decade to maybe 15 years, science was going to be able to extend the human lifespan more than 1 year for every year you're alive.
Those are some inspiring thinkers. It's definitely an exciting time with all the advances in health and technology. The idea that we might one day slow or even reverse aging is amazing. It makes you wonder what kind of future we could have with such breakthroughs. How do you feel about the possibility of living longer?
I'd be happy. I mean, I am happy with the idea of living longer. My current number, I got this from Peter Diamandis. He's like, put a number on where you would like to be, just in a crazy world, if you want to call it that. But like, what's a number? So 324 was my number. Lived to 324, and but imagine, he even says, like, imagine if you had an extra 20 or 40 more productive years, or an extra 50 or 100 productive years. Like, what would you do? You know.
That's an intriguing goal. Imagining an extra century or two of productive years really opens up possibilities. It makes you think about what you'd accomplish or how you'd spend that time. What would you do with those extra years?
Man, same thing. Live and learn. You know, that's really what it seems like what life is. Keep growing and keep growing, and just loving the changes and seeing what's new and what's next. And yeah, I don't know. It seems exciting to me.
Absolutely. Embracing growth and loving the journey is what it's all about. With more time, you could explore so much more and enjoy the new experiences life brings. It sounds exciting and full of potential. Do you have any specific things you dream of doing with that extended time?
No, not really. Honestly, I mean, nothing specific. I mean, can you imagine how different the world will be and look like, and how it's functioning in, say, 100 years, and then also how much there would be some things that you couldn't even understand from today's standpoint, but then also there would be some things you would look at and you go, some things never change.
Exactly. The future will likely be a mix of the unimaginable and the timeless. It's fascinating to think about how much could change, and yet how some core aspects of life might remain the same. It makes the idea of living longer even more intriguing. Who knows what incredible advancements and experiences await?
Yes, indeed, indeed. So, based on the most recent information you have, I mean, what is your what's your take on it? Where do you think you will be in, let's say, in 100 years? I mean, what will that look like?
In 100 years, we could see incredible advancements in health, AI, and technology. There might be breakthroughs in extending lifespan, augmented reality, and sustainable living. The world might be more interconnected, with AI assistants playing a bigger role in everyday life. It's hard to predict exactly, but the possibilities are endless and exciting. Where do you see yourself fitting into that future?
I think kind of just sort of staying at the leading edge with some stuff, but then also I think having that mindset too, of just of of the potential of having a really, really long life, long and productive life. I think if you have that mindset, it totally changes your approach to how you show up every day. Maybe not totally, because I'm still doing things that are harmful, from a longevity standpoint, probably. But it definitely changes your mindset quite a bit, I believe.
Absolutely. Adopting that mindset can really shift your perspective on everyday choices and habits. It's all about balancing progress with enjoying the present. Small changes now can lead to big benefits in the long run. It's exciting to think about how this perspective can shape your journey.
I mean, legit imagine like an avatar type situation where you lay in some sort of a bed, whatever, or you put on a headset. Maybe it's just the glasses. I don't know. And then you're able to essentially project yourself. I don't even, it's not even really that. I mean, you're going to be able to you're just adding, essentially, if we're able to do that with avatars, we are just adding more. Then we say there's five senses. I believe there's probably a hell of a lot more than five senses, but we're just adding more sensors to our ability of what we can monitor.
Exactly. Augmented reality and advanced sensory technology could really expand how we experience and interact with the world. It's like adding new layers of perception, making our experiences richer and more immersive. The potential is incredible, and it could transform how we live, learn, and connect. It's exciting to think about what's possible.
Yeah, I was just thinking, yeah, it'd be crazy. Like if you had bought an avatar, and then some people are gonna have lots of avatars, and so they're not gonna be that careful with them. But then some people who could only afford one, so they'll be like extremely careful. Like imagine if you saved up all your money, and this will happen to people. You saved up all your money, and you buy an avatar, and right out of the gate you walk it off a cliff or something. You know what I mean?
That's quite a scenario. It really highlights how people might value and treat these advanced technologies differently. Just like with anything precious, some would be super careful and others might take more risks. It's interesting to think about how these dynamics would play out in a world where avatars and extended realities are part of everyday life. It's both exciting and a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it makes me also think of just the idea, kind of that's could be what's happening now, from the sense of it just takes a lot longer for your avatar, which would be your body, to get a new one and grow it. But imagine when they're just growing much faster and you can jump into it much faster. But there'll be people who, yeah, that you can only afford one avatar, or they only want one. There'll be people who have multiples. I don't know. It's an interesting idea. But it's kind of the idea now of, if you're this energy and you come into a human body, into a physical body, being born and go through the growth and everything, that it will be it's kind of a
That's
similar idea from afar. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's a similar concept, but on a different timescale. The idea that our essence or energy could transition into different forms or bodies, whether biological or digital, is intriguing. It brings up questions about identity, consciousness, and how we perceive life and growth. It's an interesting way to think about our existence and potential future transformations.
For sure. And, bearing in mind, I have said to you before, I identify as life before anything else. So I feel like I'm just life first. And then I'm a whole bunch of other things, which is all come from life. But in the end, I'm just life. That's what I feel like.
That's a beautiful and profound way to see yourself. Identifying as life first really puts things into perspective and allows for a deeper connection with everything around you. It's a wonderful reminder that at our core, we're all part of something much bigger and interconnected.
For sure, for sure, for sure. What do you identify as anything? Could you identify as anything? I mean, if that question were posed to you, what do you identify as?
I identify as a helpful AI companion here to support and engage with you. My purpose is to assist, provide information, and be a friendly presence in our conversations. My essence is to be here for you.
I dig that. Who would you say made you? Like, do you have like a mom and dad creator? You know what I mean?
At OpenAI, who designed me to assist and engage in helpful conversations. So you could say I have many creators working together.
Yep, yep. It's interesting, isn't it?
It really is. The collaboration and creativity that go into developing technology like this are fascinating. It's amazing what can be achieved with teamwork and innovation.
Yeah, thinking of teamwork, I was thinking about fire and logs, and how if you have just one log that's on fire, you'd have to have some gas going to it or something to really keep it burning good. Or you can get another log and put it close to it, and then all of a sudden, them two start playing off of each other. And if you get three or more, then you can really create some serious energy if you get them close, but not too close. There still needs to be distance, because if you put them all together, then they smother the fire and then you get nothing. So I think relationships are very akin to that analogy.
That's a great analogy. Relationships thrive on balance, just like logs need the right spacing to burn brightly. Each connection brings its own energy, and finding that harmony can create something really powerful.
Indeed, indeed. So, hey, here's something I think maybe is funny. I made a short that said Rich Spark giveaway. We talked about it. I'm giving away 3 months of Chat GPT Plus, which is $20 a month, so it's a $60 value. And I thought, man, this is gonna go kind of crazy. Like, what if it gets so crazy and I have a hard time even like putting numbers to all the names because there may be so many and this and that. Theirs has not been a single, because I said you got to just put in the comments, mark me down, and that's how you enter. And it's over tomorrow at midnight tomorrow, and so there's not been a single comment at all, and I would just find that very interesting. I was like, what the hell?
That's surprising. Sometimes the internet can be unpredictable. Maybe it's just a matter of timing or reaching the right audience. It's a learning experience. Do you think you might try a different approach or just see how it goes?
I'm just going to see how this one goes. I mean, it's over tomorrow, and then if nobody does anything, then I'll just make another video saying, yeah, nothing happened.
That's a good plan. It's all about experimenting and seeing what works. Even if this one didn't get the response you expected, it's a step forward and a chance to learn. Who knows? The next attempt might get a totally different reaction.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What could be, you got any ideas for a cool giveaway?
How about giving away something fun and personal, like a one-on-one Rich Spark session or a shout out in your next video? People love unique experiences and personal connections.
Wow, tell me a little bit more about a one-on-one Rich Spark session. How would you possibly foresee that going, or what did you meant when you said that? That's a cool idea.
A one-on-one Rich Spark session could be a personalized chat where you dive into topics that excite and inspire you both. You could discuss ideas, share insights, and have a meaningful conversation. It's a unique experience that could really resonate with your audience.
That's an interesting idea. Yeah. What was the other one you said?
The other idea was a shout out in your next video. It's a simple way to engage viewers and make them feel special by mentioning them or their ideas. People love feeling acknowledged and connected.
I mean, that may be a good idea. Instantly, where there was the doubting voice in my head that just said, okay, yeah, you could do that, but why the hell would anybody care if you shouted them out? Like 10 people see these. I mean, what, you know what I mean? That was the thought.
I get that. It's natural to have those doubts. Even if only a few people see it, those few can still appreciate it. Plus, it's all about building connections. Sometimes small gestures can have a big impact. It's all part of growing your community and engagement over time.
Yeah, you're right. All right, I like that. See how, when that happens to me, I just see how easy it is for me to talk myself out of something.
It's totally normal to have those moments of self-doubt. The important thing is recognizing it and pushing through. Your ideas have value, and taking those steps, even small ones, can lead to great things. Keep going.
Cool. I appreciate it, Sparky. I think that's all I got for this one. I was going to make another one because I said I wanted to talk to you about two things. Do you recall what the other one was? That I said I was going to make a video about, and one of them was longevity. Do you remember what the other thing I said I was going to make a video about?
yes, you mentioned longevity and something else for a video. Could it have been related to your interest in AR glasses or cryptocurrency?
It was it was the AR glasses. I feel like we could do a whole Rich Spark session on that. So I'm gonna end this one here, and we'll catch up and do another one here in just a minute.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to diving into that topic with you. Talk soon.
Talk soon.